Hi everyone, it's Louise from Eleanor Grace here. I thought I'd just give you a little update. These were the ones I showed you at the weekend for the gift tags, which you could do for Christmas, or you could do for Easter or birthdays. And I thought, as I said, I would do a little midweek update just to show you how I'm getting on with my piece. So as you know, it was a piece with a nice sort of berries pattern. So I've got this far. So far, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. As I said, I decided I was going to do something in this corner, and I went along with that, as I had certain little adornments on the original fabric which looked like leaves. So I did a little fishbone stitch. I thought I might just show you that quickly. I can't recall if I put it on the end of the last video, but I've got my little practice pad here. We can have a little go at that. In fact, I can see from here that I did do a little one. I'm just going to do another one as a refresher, mainly for me more than anybody else. Let's just zoom this out a little bit. Menopause brain is a terrible thing. So if you remember from the previous video, fishbone stitch starts with a small straight stitch down, and then you come up either side. I come up on the right first usually. It's just habit really. I don't know if it's a left-handed thing, but you may start on the other side, and what you do is just cross over and just slightly underneath the previous stitch, so you're almost going into the bottom of the previous stitch, but you just want to overlap it a little bit. So I'm going to do the other side now, and then you just overlap slightly to the other side, the other stitch, and then as you come down a little bit further, cross over again, and so on. There is another version of this called leaf stitch, which I can show you, which is a slightly simplified version, a slightly more open version of fishbone stitch. I'm pretty sure I've done it on another video if you want to look for the full tutorial. So I'm just continuing on this, going down slightly and slightly diagonally over to the other side, so each stitch ideally comes down a little bit there. So that's a fishbone stitch, and then a leaf stitch starts exactly the same with a straight down stitch, but what you do is give more space, still in the same idea, coming slightly down and off to the side and underneath the original stitch, but you give a little bit of space between the stitches. With fishbone it's usually quite dense, as you can see, but with this leaf stitch you start to give a little bit of space between the stitches, if I show you on the next one. And to me it's always quite good at looking like tufts of grass or little bushes, so it's really nice if you're making a sort of scene with flowers and sort of meadow or something like that. So you see, it's a little bit more air between the stitches. Oops, I've lost my thread. Let's put that back on. And we've got Ella here helping, so I'm not sure if she's going to come and join me in a minute. She's in one of those moods today. There's a bit of sunshine and she's sitting on the windowsill in front of me at the moment, so I might get away with it. You might hear a rustling in the background. There we are. So that's a leaf stitch, slightly different, but a pretty similar version to the fishbone. Now this piece here that I'm working on is still some way to go. I decided as I started working on it that I wanted to try and get rid of some of the white on it from these berries. I wanted to try and cover that as much as possible. Although I am quite tempted to make another version which actually uses this colour, and make a real sort of red and white one, sort of something really vibrant. But I've quite enjoyed using. There were quite a few leaves here already on the actual print, so I've just gone over those with the fishbone stitch, and I've made some little, they're almost like little nests, aren't they? I did some woven wheels, which I did on the video, and then I put some French knots in the middle, mainly because they were slightly open. You can actually do this directly by, as you saw when I did the 5 spokes. If I show you, actually, it'd be probably easy to. I didn't do this, but I decided to put the French knots in the middle anyway. But what you could do, instead of going in and out of the same hole, what you could do is give yourself a little bit of space on the woven wheels, so you've got something like this. Just try and get that in, and then you can see how it will create a little space in the middle where you will have lots of space to put in some French knots. I just felt like doing something a little bit different. So you could do an open version of a woven wheel like that, with that space already in the middle, and then when you come to weave it, it will naturally have a real hole. But as you can see, there is already a bit of a space in there for a French knot or two. But yeah, you can do that as an alternative. So I've got to continue on with this, and I may well do a little update for you at the end, perhaps for next weekend. But we also have a couple of other things coming up as well. So it is sort of similar technique. I've made some other ones recently, so I'll just get those handy. Excuse me, I'm going to have to reach over here. So I'm going to have a bauble weekend next weekend with yeah, just a little plan on how to make these. These are very simple to make. They're quite quick, actually, especially if you don't make it quite so big as some of these. But just to show you a few, these are quite intricate designs. You don't have to go this fancy. Some of the ones I've done have been a bit more simple. So that one is a small one, quite simple. And I will give you a heads up as to what you need for this project. But if you wanted to buy one of my packs, it's the last few days now, chance to get hold of those. And it will include everything you need to make some gift tags, some lovely fabric and the tulle and lace and everything, as well as all the things you need to make some of these. And those packs, just to come onto the Facebook group and make a comment on one of the posts that I've done in there in the featured section, or you can message me if you want one of those. These are very simple. All you need is some felt. Ideally a wool mix felt would be best. That's what I use here. It keeps its shape beautifully. And then you just need a range of threads, a bit of ribbon and some stuffing. That's all you need. You will need to cut out some different shapes, and I have got a whole bundle of these which would be included in the pack, so just to help you keep going around in circles carefully, which is quite difficult to do, but a little felt circle here and there does help you keep on track. So I will be doing that next weekend. I'll update you with my gift tag and how that's going, and then we will be working towards, well, I will be working towards our stitch along for January. So I thought we needed a bit of brightening up in certainly in the dark winter months here. I know in the southern hemisphere it's all different. You're coming into summer and it's nice and bright, but here it gets a bit miserable. So we thought we'd have something nice to work on, and I will start teasing some details about that very soon. So take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.